Hey guys, Ryan here. In this video, I want to share with you some of my favorite finance-related YouTube channels. When I say finance, I'm really talking about stocks and the stock market because there is obviously a ton of money to be made on the stock market if you're able to project accurately what's going to happen in the near future, which is easier said than done. But for instance, in late February and early March, when the cerveza sickness, it was pretty well telegraphed that things were going to get kind of choppy as far as the worldwide financial markets go. And I took a short position against the markets at large, and I made quite a bit of money doing so. If you want to know exactly how much, go back to my March 2020 income report. I'll drop a link in the YouTube cards here if you want to check that out. But guys, if you don't know what I'm even talking about, these channels that I'm going to share with you are extremely effective at teaching you guys things like technical analysis of the stock market and helping you project what to expect in the near future. I don't go to a single source for information. I like to go to multiple sources and kind of average out the sentiment. So let's start. Before we start, actually, my name is Ryan Hogue. I've sold $1.6 million on Amazon. If you want to follow the links in the description, I've got links to free mini courses that'll show you how to generate passive income. Got Facebook communities dedicated to generating passive income. I publish monthly income reports each month. If you want to subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell, you'll get notified when I drop those income reports. And I have an investing course. It's only $99. It doesn't tell you what to spend your money on or invest in. It's literally a how to invest in stocks, stock options, cryptocurrencies, and precious metals. And it includes things like how to take a short position against the market, which I know not many people are aware of that you can even do. But yes, when the stock market goes down, there are people that make just as much money as when it goes up, believe it or not. All right, my favorite channels. Actually, before we dive in, really quickly, a couple things. Why does finance matter? Guys, you need to make your money work for you. The rich, richest of the rich, 0.1% wealthy people that rule the world from behind the curtains because their money lets them do their bidding for them. They put their money to work for them. And the way that they make their money is through capital gains. If you don't know what capital gains are, pretty much just means they made their money on the stock market. And what do Bill Gates and I have in common? What does somebody who is one of these wealthy, multi-billion-dollar ruling elite people who have extreme influence on what happens in the world, even though he's not a politician, what does he have in common with me? Well, if I invest in Microsoft, which the vast majority of Bill Gates' net worth comes from, it's derived from the value of his shares of Microsoft. Well, he wants to see Microsoft go up in value. And if I own Microsoft shares, I want to see it go up in value. And all of a sudden, I've aligned my personal interests with those of the elite. And that's rare that we get that opportunity, guys. So the stock market's a great opportunity to do something like that. You should probably take advantage of it. I mean, again, I don't want to give financial advice. I'm just saying I don't think many people have said in the past that investing in the stock market is a bad idea. However, right now, I'm just saying, right now we're in it's a very choppy time. And I personally am in vast majority cash right now, waiting, and I'll explain why in a second, but waiting to establish strong positions in the stock market. This is one reason why. This is the VIX, the volatility index. This is an indicator of uncertainty in the markets, and the markets hate uncertainty. Typically, there's an inverse relationship between the VIX and the stock market. So when the stock market went down, the VIX went up, and vice versa. If you've been following the markets, while right now it seems like things have recovered from those around March 20th lows, the VIX is still elevated, which means there's still some uncertainty in the near future of the market. All right, back to my favorite financial YouTube channels. I had to put TheoTrade as my favorite. It's mainly one guy named Don who releases videos every day after market close, but he has a partner that every now and then does a video. But they do great technical analysis of the stock market. And one thing I wanted to share with you about what they've been talking about recently is this volatility box, they call it. And it essentially represents a range that a macro indicator such as the SPY, which is a proxy for the S&P 500. The S&P 500 represents 500 large cap companies that essentially give us an indication of the health of the stock market. Well, if we want to invest in the S&P 500, we either have to buy 500 companies' stocks, or we have an ETF, an exchange traded fund like the SPY that allows us to essentially tries to mirror what the S&P 500 is trading at. So if you think the market at large is going to go up and you don't know what companies to invest in, you can invest in this ETF. And if you're correct, the SPY will likely go up and you will make money. Alternatively, if you think it's going to go down, you can invest in put options against the SPY, and you don't have to worry about picking what companies are going to fail. You can just say, I think at large, things are going to be negatively affected by things like the cerveza sickness. And if you're correct, the SPY should go down. There's alternatives to the SPY. I'm just using that as an example. It's the most popular one. Number 2, Sajjad. I really like this guy's videos. I like when he releases them. He typically does a video talking about his projections for the markets that day. And he's in the UK, so he'll release them right when I am typically waking up, and then I'll watch it while I'm getting ready for the stock market to open. It gives me a nice idea of what to think about that day. He also does Amazon FBA like I do, so I can relate to this guy in a lot of ways. And he does really good technical analysis. One of his strengths is talking about Elliott wave theory, which if you look at any stock chart, you'll see the ups and downs. And if you're not informed, you think it's just random. But wave theory is based on long studies of essentially, I don't know if it's, in the past, they probably would say it was like human sentiment, because the stock market used to be humans buying and selling. But today it's a lot of algorithmic, buying and selling. It's majority computers trading with each other. So when you look at wave theory now, we've kind of shifted it to probably say, like, what are the computers going to do? You use wave theory to try to project what the near future of stock tickers are going to do. Number 3, Jay Bravo. This guy's hilarious. I can relate to him on a lot of levels. He is a teacher. He teaches high school and he teaches college, and he likes YouTube. So, I can relate to 2 of those 3. And this guy, number 1, Jay Bravo, stands for Johnny Bravo. He styles his hair like the Johnny Bravo cartoon, and he's hilarious. Not only does he give good analysis and good relevant, like up-to-date data, because he does videos pretty much every day, but he also does good technical analysis. And because this guy's a teacher, he knows how to communicate with people the way that I think you pretty much have to be a teacher to develop that communication ability, to know how to really resonate, at least with me. He resonates with me when he's talking about technical analysis or just macro level economic data. He knows how to tie it all together, and he's funny, so it keeps you interested. Number 4, Game of Trades. Again, just great macro level data. He tries to marry it up to charts and do technical analysis. He does wave theory. He does, Fibonacci levels, to try to use those also to project where, stocks are going to be trading at. And altogether, it's just good info. Number 5, My Strategic Forecast. This guy has a day trading course, and everything he does has a day trading slant to it because, believe it or not, number 6, very similar, Access a Trader. Both these guys I just kind of lumped together. They both kind of teach day trading, but it's not like day trading with that negative connotation, oh, you're going to lose your money, because it's not guessing. They try to take the guesswork out of it. They show things like the levels that stocks actually want to trade at. Now, you probably have no clue what these lines are, but these lines represent things like moving averages over certain periods of time. And essentially, because today's stock market is not really humans trading amongst each other. It is to a degree. And actually right now, since the cerveza sickness, TD Ameritrade has seen like a massive influx in new accounts being opened. We call those retail investors. So there is actually a lot of people trading and exchanging money, but the majority of it is still computer algorithms trading back and forth with each other. And the computer algorithms do not like when stock tickers are in no man's land between these lines, these bands. So typically what happens is if you see it depart from one of those bands that it was trading at, and if it's to the upside, well, how much room between where it's at and the next band? You may want to consider buying a call on that ticker and scalping the difference, or same thing to the downside, buy a put against it if there's enough room. Because remember, every dollar that any company trades at, any dollar up or dollar down, those calls and puts are becoming more valuable or less valuable. So you can kind of make money scalping quick day trades while it shifts between these bands. And I joined his day trading course. He does a live stream every day, and I'm typically dialed into that for at least a few hours a day, taking advantage of some of these opportunities. Number 7, Trading Fraternity. This guy, he does really good videos that I think speak to a younger audience. So if you're younger looking to learn how to trade, he also does live streams every day, I think for the whole duration that the stock market's open. But his videos are very informative. Again, a lot of macro level data trying to project how it's going to affect the stock market in the near future. He also does things like a Robinhood challenge, which is a free broker if you want to trade some stocks, trade some crypto. Link in the description, by the way, if you want to sign up for Robinhood under my affiliate link. He did a Robinhood challenge, started with $250. He's grown it to $500 so far. And, fun things like that make his videos a little interesting to watch. Number 8, Elliott Wave Options. This guy is strictly about technical analysis and fundamentals of wave theory and things like Fibonacci ratios. He doesn't care what the ticker is. He will divorce the stock ticker from the reality, from what's happening in the world, which is honestly probably good advice right now since the world seems to be burning, but the stock market's going up and up and up. Really interesting stuff like the Fibonacci ratios that you see in pineapples and pine cones. Well, if you look at a stock ticker like this, it's like, okay, what do these mean? These are just candles representing where it traded at. Well, guess what? You can apply the Fibonacci ratios to the chart, and all of a sudden, these trading ranges seem to make a little bit more sense. By the way, I drew this one. I did not do the best job drawing it, but you can still see, look at the ones above my head. You can still get an idea of where these candles are trading at and start to see some of the ranges. Again, though, I didn't do a great job drawing it, but really interesting stuff. Number 9 and the last one, Joseph Henches. Again, just a lot of really good technical analysis between him and Elliott Wave Options. These two guys, a lot of just strong technical fundamental analysis, not as much like macro level market data and trying to use that to project the future. A lot of just kind of technical analysis of what's happened recently to project the future. All right, and that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I hope it helped. If you guys have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments. If I missed it, if I forgot to include your favorite finance channel, let me know. I'd love to watch. Literally every single channel that you saw in this video, I subscribe to and I ring the bell because I want to hear their opinions. All of that data I am listening to on a daily basis, and I'm trying to use that to do my best to project what's going to happen in the markets so that I can personally benefit from it in the near future, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next one.
Passive Income School is open. Enroll now at ryansmethod.com. Thank you.